I really hope you can hear me this time because now I have a story from the last broadcast I just had in StreamYard and how stupid StreamYard is. Oh. Okay. Anyway, hi. Welcome to Mental Health Monday 2.0. Let's try this again, shall we? First and foremost, I didn't know I didn't have sound. I didn't know that you guys were commenting because the comments don't show up in my StreamYard. And so I actually went to my page. And I can't believe I had 5 people watching me talk without any sound. For like 5 minutes. So thank you. So yeah, back to Mental Health Monday. Let's just take a cup of coffee because this is the most Mondayest Monday ever. Cheers. We survived last week. Oh man, this lip gloss is so sticky. It be so poppin'. Okay, so Thanksgiving. That's what I was rambling about. Nemesis. I made it so she can't get in, but she can poke her nose in, and she's not having it. So yeah, Mental Health Monday. Hi guys, I am glad to see you survived the holiday a little bit, I guess. Today is Monday, November 30th, 2020, 9:24 a.m. Thank you to everybody who watched the first broadcast and didn't get to hear me rant, but it wasn't a rant, it was just a story. So what I did this last week, that's what we were talking about because it directly ties into mental health and how you're feeling and how people in general are probably feeling right now because Thanksgiving was weird this year. Like big weird. Okay? Click the link if you want to talk, firstly. Secondly, with a couple promos. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that right now. Kitty! Now the cat's trying to get in. Are you trying to break in for your sister? And you can't figure out how to get in? Oh, you got in. The cat got in. Okay, so for Thanksgiving this year, I got to cook the turkeys. And if you follow me on Facebook, then you know that I was shitposting a whole bunch. Not really shit posting. It was posting just live updates, really. And oh, God bless it. Come here, Nemi. Come on, Nemesis. Uh-oh. They're in my office. They're gonna go fight about it. So for Thanksgiving this year, we didn't gather. We decided to do all of our Thanksgiving separately, and it went really, really good. Grandma did not share the banana cream pie that I gave her and Grandpa. I gave them 3 pieces out of the banana cream that I made for us, and Grandma ate all of them. Grandpa FaceTimed me to tattle on her because I told her that one of the pieces were Grandpa and she had to share. And so she didn't share, and so Grandpa FaceTimed me, and I watched her just inhale this pie. And it was very interesting to watch because I've not seen my grandma eat all year, first of all. Second of all, she was literally not tasting it. She was in her mouth. Like, she ate the pie in the 3 minutes I was on the phone call with them. And so I guess my banana cream was a hit for my grandparents. Yeah, but so I got to make the turkey. And so if you, like I said, if you follow me on the Facebooks, then you know that we got white meat only turkey. I put Matthew in charge of doing the shopping because I am the high risk one in the house and I've gotten sick this year already, and Matthew can't go out and do the shopping because when we were sick, he was like nothing. Like, he had a couple symptoms and that was it. And I was like on my back flat for months. So, I relinquished control, and because of that, we got white meat for Thanksgiving, which is great because everything in our family revolves around Grandma. She's the one in charge. Grandma likes the white meat a lot. So Grandma had the best. I was worried about Grandma and her mental health because she's on opiates. Part of her brain function is gone because of the opiates, and she's depressed. She's been depressed for years. She can't move. Like, her body's deteriorating. Her quality of life is not the same as it was because she's 70 and has degenerative joint disease and osteoporosis, and her brain doesn't work right, and so she's fucking depressed. She's a human. And so I was worried about the holidays for her because I've wanted to cook and have our own thing for years, but I love my grandparents and I like seeing them and stuff. So I just, we make our elders happy. And so I was just very worried. And she had a really fucking good Thanksgiving. She got to see her grandbaby through FaceTime, and she got to eat food that her family made, even though we weren't there. And she had a favorite fucking pie. And that's what I've been, like, focusing on, because I didn't get to see my dad on Thanksgiving. Like, I called him, his birthday's on the 21st, so we did a family Zoom FaceTime then. But I missed Thanksgiving. I was cooking all morning, and then I took a nap, and then I woke up and didn't know what the plan was because I woke up at like 5:30. And so I dropped the ball for Christmas again because I've been having to pick Thanksgiving. I've been having to pick what Thanksgiving I had to go to for years, so that makes me sad. But I'm glad the elders had a good holiday because that improves my mental health. Because not getting to do holidays the traditional way that you're used to means that you don't have your support system anymore if you had one. Everything's different. When people are depressed and stressed out, they rely on their belief systems and traditions to help them mentally able to cope. So when you change that, that's why you see increased suicide rates at holidays or during a pandemic. Because people are you're stressed. Everything's on fire. It's fine. We're all fine. I'm just kidding. So yeah, this last week, I didn't have any real commitments. Like, I'm not a candidate, and the caucuses and stuff that I'm working with, and Vermin Supreme and Institute, and is things that I was doing during the campaign. Adam versus the Man didn't air last week. Today, I believe we're coming back on. I don't actually even know what the plan is. And so, like, all I did last week was work on a couple projects I had to work on, and, like, a couple deadlines got pushed back, so then I had, like, days I didn't do anything, and I was bored. Which is weird, because being a candidate during election season, you don't have those, you don't have many of those free moments. So now that we're post-election, all of the lawsuits that Trump has filed, all of the recounts have been confirmed. Like, we went, like, last week's news cycle, because I kept up on the news cycle last week for myself, because I haven't been able to keep up for myself all year long. So really, I used last week to keep up, to keep up on the news and current events to see what's going on in the world, because I don't have to just super focus on my area anymore. And my favorite story of the entire week was the monolith that they found in Utah in the desert. And they wouldn't say where the location was because it was illegal or whatever, government. And if you don't know this story, then I'm sorry. But I'll pull it up here real quick. Let's see. So they found this obelisk monolith, same thing, right? In the desert. And it was like 13 foot tall or something. They said it was made out of aluminum. They didn't want to tell anybody where it was, and now it's gone. It disappeared within a week because, I mean, somebody found it. Somebody had gone and they were climbing on it, touristed, and they were, you know, being tourists. And so now it's gone, and we don't know what it is, and there's a pile of rocks in its place, and that was probably my favorite news story of the entire week because it was non-political, and it was just weird desert story. I'm 99% sure it's aliens. But yeah, there's a lot of different news stories that came out of the woodwork last week. Like we have, where is it? There was our senator, we found out, Nebraska State Senator Tony Vargas, made international news in the BBC for what's going on here with our meatpacking plant workers and COVID positivity rate. But my favorite story that I found today was that a black woman, just my StreamYard, I have way too many tabs open right now. There is a black woman who, end of story. What is my kid doing? Black woman becomes first doctor to cure cancer in mice using nanoparticles. Dr. HEYYYYY has become the first person to successfully cure cancer in mice using laser-activated nanoparticles, according to Black Culture News. Unlike traditional cancer treatment, screen revolutionary and unique nanoparticle technology, which was found to successfully cure cancer after testing on mice within 15 days, does not require chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery. Green received a $1.1 million grant from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs to expand her nanoparticle cancer treatment research. So that's some, heckin' good news. Is there's a legit cure for cancer now? That's so cool! Yeah. But since my first broadcast was, all not hearing, and the only thing I had to talk about today for Mental Health Monday was traditions and beliefs being interrupted. I guess the next thing that I wanted to touch on, because it is Mental Health Monday and I'm big upset at some things that have happened, is that the gaslighting surrounding COVID right now is bigly bad. And yes, I use that facetiously. I've had COVID. I was really sick from COVID. I've had it twice. I know how long the antibodies last. I know the rate of mutation. I know treatment plans. I've been keeping up on this current event in the medical journals and all of the experts that do this for a living. Because I'm not an expert, not a doctor. I could say I'm, at this point, encroaching on COVID expertise, because I have firsthand experience and general knowledge of how this works. Not a doctor. Have not dedicated my life to the study of viruses. Have dedicated the last year to the study of this virus. Can't tell you it's not fake. The government's using it to their advantage, and you gaslighting people to minimize their trauma based on the experiences they've had this year is wrong, and it's gaslighting. I'm live right now. Whoa, I'm not hungry, sweetheart.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm not hungry, sweetheart. Thank you, though. Save it. That was so nice of you. Now I feel like a jerk because I'm not hungry. Yeah, it's 9:30 in the morning. I don't eat until 11. But yeah, the gaslighting surrounding COVID right now and the reactions that people are having to people who don't agree with them is wrong on both sides. Like, when I say something about COVID and how it's affected me, and then somebody laughs at it because they think I'm being ridiculous and expressing exactly how I feel because they've not been impacted and don't have any empathy, and then you delete them and then they come after you. or their friend comes after you because they're triggered, and then you delete them. So then they send somebody else after you to continue this just to gaslight you and bully you. We have a fucking problem. So anybody that denies COVID or straight up is bullying and gaslighting people for believing in it, wearing a mask, agreeing that this is a threat, while not wanting to have the government be involved, you can go fuck yourself, because all I see is an emotional response to you not liking what's going on and not having any control in the situation at hand. So instead of handling that in a way that makes your life better, you're being a jackass online about it because you have no control over the situation, and your favorite thing to do is be a bully troll. And I'm not talking about any one specific person either. This is a generalization of what I'm seeing online in the COVID debate. So if you feel attacked by this message, lace that shoe up and run with it, because I'm seeing this is widespread. If you feel attacked by my message, ask yourself why you're having an emotional reaction to me calling out this behavior online. Is it because you're participating in it? Is it because you're perpetuating the propaganda that is misinformation online? Is it because you're helping sow distrust in the established system because you're an anti-establishment person, not just anti-authoritarian? You just want to watch the world burn. You don't care about anybody's community but yourself. Yeah, that means you're the minority now. I'm not the minority. I'm listening to science and experts. I've had this virus. My family has had this virus. I've been personally impacted. I've seen people die from it. In lifetime, where I'm at, because I think critically and demand evidence. If it's raining outside, if somebody says it's raining and somebody else says it's not raining, then it's your job to go outside and see if it's raining. If somebody says there's toilet paper in the stores and somebody else says there's no toilet paper in the stores, then maybe you should go see what's going on. Because when there's no toilet paper at Walmart, it doesn't matter to me because there's toilet paper at the store I go and shop at. So I'm not in a panic because I know where the toilet paper is. Because I think critically and demand evidence. And I don't get on the bandwagon of, fuck you! Fuck you, COVID people! Fuck you, masked people! Fuck you, COVID deniers! No. Think critically, demand evidence, and stop bullying and gaslighting people. Because all it gets you from me is me not engaging and me not being in your life anymore. Because I'll remove myself from the situation instead of fight about it. And then I'll go do things to make sure that this never happens again by being active in my community. Because that's what libertarians do. So my message for the week is go be kind to somebody instead of engaging in an emotional battle online because you're triggered because a belief doesn't match yours and they're calling you an idiot because your behaviors put you into that category because of the temper tantrum you're throwing. Still, it's a distraction. And if you can't see that, then you're part of the distraction. And this is not a good Mental Health Monday talk because I'm upset. This is a shit sandwich. This whole year's been a shit sandwich. Why? Because we have people that don't respect intellectual and emotional boundaries. They think that people don't have the ability to disengage with them when they are done speaking. If people respected boundaries, Facebook wouldn't have a block option because we wouldn't need it. If people respected boundaries, we wouldn't have people getting banned for not following community standards on a private platform. Because normal people who are being censored speak out against it and then do something about it, or don't say anything and then just leave the platform. Because if everybody stops using the thing that they hate, then the thing dies, doesn't it? Weird how giving things that are toxic attention just enables the situation to grow further toxic. As we saw for the last 4 years of the Trump presidency, we have people admitting to it's still illegal crimes out in the open, because they don't have any fear anymore, because they've been lulled into they've been lulled into the safe spot of, if everybody's saying it around me, then I can say it too. It doesn't matter if I know it's wrong. It doesn't matter if my mom told me not to jump off the bridge. Everybody else is jumping off the bridge. Why can't I jump off that bridge? I want to go jump off that bridge and be hateful and be a nihilist that doesn't care about her community. And guess what? I can't, because I'm not toxic. I try my very hardest not to be. So go out and be nice this week, so that I don't have to come on here and talk about gaslighting and being dicks on the internet again, because I don't like this conversation. I don't like being the person who is an asshole, who has to set boundaries because no one respects other people that are around her. You have one aggressor in a situation that's been abusing people for years, and you get somebody new in that's not afraid. This is what happens. Waves happen. Things burn down. People get mad because they're challenging the status quo and the belief system. Just because you've done it forever doesn't make it right or healthy. And you ask yourself why you're miserable, but can't look at yourself and what's going on in your own world to figure out what it is. It's always the government's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. I'll tell you a secret about anarchists. We don't care about the government and other people that are what's going on, because we know that making our own happiness is with us, and that laws are arbitrary, and you choose to follow them. You choose to follow the laws. You choose what laws to follow, and then you choose whatever is going to happen when you get caught for breaking those laws. And if you don't like those laws, you change them. You do things in the community to change them. Real anarchy isn't hate and division and burning shit down. Real anarchy is being your community and making things the way you want it to, while saying fuck you to the state. Yep. True anarchy is self-governance, which is what every libertarian is trying to push on people. Because being self-dependent and responsible for your own actions is how you achieve a world set free in our lifetime. You can't force people to do it. You can only show them the way and then hope that they drink the water you lead them to. But until we have more people doing shit sandwiches about gaslighting and bullying and how good ideas don't require force, but seeing all these bad ideas being forced on others, makes you a little cranky on your week off. But I'm not off anywhere. This week, I'm on. We don't have another holiday until the end of the month. So now I get to use the next 3 weeks to do charity work and do good things in my community that help the people around me without expecting anything in return. Because that's how you spread the message of liberty. By living what you preach without telling other people about it. Ask me how I know. It's almost like it's the only thing I do. That's why I haven't been on the internet, on live talks, on my own podcast, because outside of everybody else's that I tag on, I don't have time to do anything. Now that the election season over, I do. So with that, I'm going to let everybody not look at my ugly face anymore, and I want you to just be nice. Thanks for letting me rant. Maybe it was better the first time when you couldn't hear me.